Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how I do choral counting but with fractions. And today I'm going to choral count by 1/4. You might have seen some videos of me choral counting with kids in classrooms, but today I thought I would slow it down a little bit and really unpack what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So the first fraction I always count by is 1/4. And before I choral count with kids, we're probably going to do some equal share problems because I want to make sure they know what a fraction is. So I want to make sure that they know, what does that 1 represent? What does that 4 represent? After we've done some equal share problems, and there are some of those videos here on Teaching One More, then the next day or two, we'll go into some choral counting by 1/4. And so it sounds like this. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and then I'll stop there and I'll start a new row and I'll continue on with 5/4, and I'll ask the kids to count with me. 6/4, 7/4, 8/4, 9/4, 10/4, 11/4, and 12/4. And I'll usually stop right there. And I'll just ask the kids, stop, and what do you notice? And if you notice one thing, show me 1 finger. If you notice 2 things, show me 2 fingers. I just really give them some think time. Now, I purposely stopped at 4/4, 8/4, and 12/4 because I knew that that is where a whole number would be represented. And I want to share with you some of the things that kids will usually say. It starts really simple. So they might say something like, I notice that it's going in order, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might say to them, so you're noticing that as we go from fraction to fraction, we're increasing by 1. And I might ask them, are we increasing by 1 whole or 1/4? And they need to think about it a little bit, but after some time, it's 1/4. So I'll write that there. So as we go across to the next column, we're increasing by 1/4. Kids might also notice that as we go down the column, we're increasing by 4. And I'm going to really push and ask them to clarify. Are we increasing by 4 wholes or 4/4? And so after a little bit of time, they come to realize that it's 4/4 that we're increasing by. That's important to note. So I'll record it just like that when they notice it. Other things they'll notice is that there's a 4 at the bottom. They might say denominator. I don't really make a big deal about numerator, denominator just yet, because that's not really going to help students understand fractions as much. And I'll give you a couple examples. So when they say it's a 4 on all of them, I might ask them why. And they'll say, well, we're counting by 4ths. And so I'll say, well, what do you know about 4ths? And hopefully they say that the whole is cut into 4 equal parts, or we're cutting something into 4 equal parts. So I will always create a model of 4ths just over to the side. Right? And so each of these pieces is 1/4. And if I were to label it like a number line, we would see it's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. And so I would ask the kids, is it true that 4/4, if we combine them, is that 1 whole? And usually the kids will know that 4/4 is 1 whole. They might even say that 8/4 is 2 wholes. So again, I'll draw another model off to the side, right? And this is done based on the conversation and the cues they're giving me. I'm not just drawing this in front of them and having me watch. I'm really asking them to engage and explain. And is it 4 equal parts? And if this is 4/4, this would be 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, 8/4. This model is really crucial because some kids can recognize patterns just by looking at the number or the fraction, but there's quite a few kids who really need to see that model to make those connections. So I want to have both there because I want to meet the needs of all my kids. So on day 1, when we do choral counting by 1/4, we're noticing patterns, and I'm drawing a model. Well, excuse me, that should be 9/4. I'm drawing a model that helps students to make connections and see those equivalent fractions. So 4/4 is equal to 1 whole, 8/4 is equivalent to 2 wholes, and 12/4 is equivalent to 3 wholes. And so I'll write that down. I'll also note who noticed it. So if Thomas recognized that 8/4 is 2 wholes, I'll put his name next to it. Kids love seeing their name up on the chart. And then let's say Cynthia noticed that as we go down, the columns are increasing by 4/4. So I'll put Cynthia's name next to her idea. And I really work to get everyone in the class's name up on those charts. If not today, then another day, because I want students to contribute and know that they offer valuable contributions, and I want them to be recognized by their classmates as well. So on day 1 of choral counting by fractions, I'm going to start with 1/4. I'm going to stop at the whole. I'm going to record the things that kids are noticing, and I'm also going to make sure that I have a model here next to it that they can refer to and make connections. So that's just part 1 of choral counting by 1/4, and I'll be coming up with some next steps in some next videos, so stay tuned.